I guarantee you that you've already been targeted by a hacker. The majority of you have already been infiltrated by hackers. Let's talk about internet security. Last year, the year of the mega data breach, 552 million people's sensitive information was stolen by hackers. Hackers use this illegal information to sell credit card numbers and bank account information on the black market. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how hackers get our personal information off our personal computers, how hackers infiltrate large databases and get information from companies such as Target and Home Depot, and most recently, the Postal Service. I'm going to talk to you about how they use it to steal our financial identity. And lastly, I'm going to talk to you about how we can prevent hackers from getting our information. So let's move on to the first point. How hackers steal our personal information from our computers. The number one way a hacker gets our information from our personal computer at home is through what's called spear phishing emails. Now, they use targeted information against us to draw up an email which contains a malware virus on a link or an attachment. So for example, they will target me and use my social media such as Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn to target me with specific emails that relate to my interests. For example, they might send me an email saying, hey, I know you like cycling, here's 50% off if you click this link on some cycling apparel. Now once I click that link or the attachment that is included in the email, now they've implanted malware on my computer and they're able to exfiltrate any sort of information that I might use. They basically have control over my computer, which means now they have information on my bank account, my usernames, passwords, anything like that. Okay, so I've told you how they infiltrate our computers. Now let's talk about how they've infiltrated companies such as Target and Home Depot. Now, it's exactly the same way that they target me. They might target a high-level executive or someone who has access to financial records in a major company. So for example, if you're working at Target as a CFO, they might target you because you know information specific to credit card numbers, people's names, etc. So basically what they do is they infiltrate via spear phishing once again to high-level executive in these companies with emails containing malware. Let's give you an example. So they might target the CFO of Target and say, I am the IRS, please, you forgot to sign and date the specific form. If you can click this attachment and get it done right away, please do so. So once that employee clicks that link or attachment, now they have access to the entire network and database of the whole company. And what they do is they basically wait, and they wait until specific de-encrypted information is available, and they can exfiltrate that information onto their network. Now all this information is de-encrypted already, so now they have access to everyone's point of sale record, which includes credit card numbers, dates, and names and addresses. So they basically use that information to sell it once they have that sort of information on the black market. Now, I've talked to you about how they got our information. Now let's talk to you about how they use it to steal our financial identity. Now, once they have all this information and credit card numbers, names, addresses, bank information, social security number, whatever they might have, they sell this information on the black market. So they basically make fake credit cards and they sell it to people most likely in Eastern Europe. and they sell this stuff for as little as $8 a credit card number. And what people do who purchase this credit card information is they will make small purchases, most likely in a European nation, with a $50 to $100 maximum purchase, in hopes that the person whose financial identity they have stolen does not really notice anything in their bank statements. So once they make purchases, they'll keep doing it every month until someone notices. And a lot of the times, these websites that they're purchasing on don't need a lot of information. They just need a credit card number, name, and address, and that's already provided because the hackers have infiltrated and exfiltrated that sort of data. So I've talked to you about how they get our information, how they sell our information. Now let's talk to you about how you can prevent this from happening to you. The best way to prevent any sort of attack on your computer or from a database is to never click any links or attachments that are suspicious. Now, a suspicious email might come from someone that you already know, so make sure that you are skeptical on that link or that email and ask the question, hey, did you send this link or that email? And hopefully they'll respond with, yes, I sent it. And if they didn't, then never click that link or attachment, because once that malware is on your computer, they have access to everything that you do. Now, another way to prevent this from happening is to limit the usage of your social media and the information that you share. So never accept someone on Facebook as a friend unless you know who they are. Never share information on Twitter unless it's protected, and really limit the amount of information that you share on the internet, because people will use this information to draw up these specific targeted emails that it's easy for you to fall into the scam and click that link. The next way is to obviously download internet security software on your computer, which helps prevent these malware and worms from getting your information. And lastly, change your passwords. Now, you don't want to use a password that is a name in the dictionary or something like your birth date. So you want to use a password that's not a name, has upper and lowercase letters, and contains different sort of characters. So it's not very easy for a hacker to guess what your password is. So in conclusion, I've talked to you today about how hackers get our sensitive information through our computers and through companies' major databases. I've talked to you about how they use this information to steal our identities and steal financial and make financial gains based on the credit card information and the bank account information that they've already gotten. I've talked to you about how to prevent this from happening to you. So hopefully now you know how to prevent these sort of attacks from happening to you, and you won't click that pornographic link that your friend sent you or your mother sent you, and you'll be a little bit suspicious of it, and you'll limit your social media usage.